I always felt like I didn't belong in my family. My siblings were close, my parents treated them differently, and I was always the odd one out. I thought maybe I was just imagining it, until I found out the real reason. And when I learned the truth, it changed everything. Growing up, I never understood why I felt like an outsider in my own home. My older brother and sister were treated like golden children. They got everything they wanted, endless encouragement and constant love. Me? I got strict rules, higher expectations, and a feeling that I was never enough. I thought maybe I was just too sensitive. Maybe I was reading into things too much. Until one day I overheard a conversation that shattered everything. It happened last year during a family gathering. I was in the kitchen getting a drink when I heard my aunt talking to my mom in hushed tones. "You should have told them by now," my aunt said. "No!" my mom snapped. "There's no reason to bring it up. It doesn't change anything." "They deserve to know the truth," my aunt insisted. My stomach dropped. Who was they? What truth? Then my aunt said something I will never forget. "They're going to find out eventually. It's only a matter of time before they realize they're not really your child." I nearly dropped my glass. What did she just say? That night I went straight to my mom. "What did Aunt Sarah mean? What aren't you telling me?" Her face turned pale. She looked at my dad, then back at me. "It doesn't matter," she said quickly. "You're our child, and that's all that counts." But it did matter. "Just tell me the truth." She took a deep breath and finally said the words that changed my life. "You were adopted." I felt like I couldn't breathe. For 24 years I had no idea. No one ever told me. No one ever even hinted at it. My parents chose to keep it a secret. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked, my voice breaking. "We didn't want you to feel different," my dad said. "You are our child in every way that matters." But that wasn't the point. They let me grow up feeling like an outsider when the truth could have helped me understand why. They treated me differently because they didn't know how to connect with me the same way they did with my biological siblings. They let me believe I was the problem. After the shock wore off, I did the only thing I could. I started looking for my biological parents. At first, I wasn't sure if I even wanted to, but deep down, I knew I needed to understand where I came from. I started with the adoption records, and after a few weeks of searching I found a name, and then a Facebook profile. The woman in the pictures, she looked just like me. I hesitated for days before messaging her. "Hi, I know this might be unexpected, but I believe you may be my biological mother. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry for reaching out, but if I'm right, I would really love to talk." I sent the message. Then I waited, and she replied. Her message was short but heartbreaking. "I've been waiting for this message for 24 years. I met her a month later. It was emotional, overwhelming, and surreal. She told me the truth. She hadn't wanted to give me up. She was forced to. Her situation had been complicated, and my adoptive parents had promised to give me a better life. And while they did give me a home, they never gave me the truth. I don't hate them. I know they love me in their own way, but the years of feeling unwanted, of never fitting in, could have been avoided if they had just told me. Now, I'm still figuring things out. I have a whole other family I never knew existed. I have siblings I never met before. But most of all, I finally understand why I always felt different, and now I can start healing. Would you be upset if your parents hid something like this from you? Do you think I was wrong to search for my biological family? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Upvote if you believe the truth should never be hidden. Share this story with someone who needs to hear it.